you the first time we came here?
I don't know, it's been a while.
Paimon remembers. Nahita's consciousness had been trapped by the doctor.
Oh.
But we followed the clues she left behind to help her.
Guess I may have stumbled upon this place at some point before.
So much time has already passed.
Yeah.
And it seems Sumeru's changing for the better now that Nahita's in charge, right? Paimon just hopes this peace will last a long time. And then Nahita won't have any more new problems to deal with.
Yes, but as long as we are around, there's gonna be trouble.
Yeah, guess you're right. We somehow always find ourselves right in the thick of it. Who knows what will happen next? Come to think of it, maybe it's all because of you. Maybe you're just a magnet for trouble.
Maybe it's you. Did you ever thought about that? I was just thinking that you might be the problem, Paimon.
Me?
Yep.
Before Paimon ran into you, Paimon never ran into any trouble. At most, when she was super tired, Paimon got caught in some strange whirlpool and sucked out into sea. And even then, you fished Paimon out. Anyway,
Because you landed in the water.
For sake, maybe we should think about heading to our next destination for now.
Alright, let's continue our journey.
Look who it is.
Oh,
Running
damn.
into you in a place like this? I can see you two still love wandering around.
Oh, it's Dia! Since when are we just wandering around? We're usually taking care of some serious business.
Yeah.
Even though it may have nothing to do with our journey.
Ew.
But never mind that. What brings you here?
I just finished a commission in the desert for a usual client of mine. Nothing too interesting. Just escorting a shipment of goods. I'm on my way to report back. That's when I saw you two all the way over there, chatting away. What were you two talking about anyway?
We're trying to leave Sumeru and head to Fontaine.
Huh?
Bombastic
You serious?
side eye.
Can't say I saw that coming. But you are travelers after all. I guess you'd never stay for
It's
too
literally
long
in my
one
name.
place. Bumping into you like this will become a rarity.
Where is the guy?
I'm
Oh, there.
starting to feel sad just thinking about it.
It's fine, Dea.
how about
I already
gather
have
a
you,
few
so you're
mercs to
always
escort you
in my
two?
team at one point
What do
or
you
another,
say?
maybe not.
Thanks, but
But you could,
Oh,
if I would ever
I
level
had
you.
no clue you'd miss us so much. But don't worry, we'll come back to see everyone when we get a chance.
Sounds good.
When my
All you need
dailies
to
are
do
gonna
to
be
get to
here.
Fontaine is cross this stretch of desert and navigate some waterways. Knowing you two, I'm sure it won't be anything you can't handle. So, when are you leaving?
Journey should be spontaneous, so
Wait a
in like
sec.
2 minutes.
Paimon just remembered there are still a few dishes in Sumeru that Paimon hasn't tried yet. Now, where's that list Paimon
I
made?
swear. Yeah, same. The min? Fucking same.
I see. Guess you won't be needing a going away party or anything. It's sad enough to see you go like this. Though, now that I think about it, Sumeru wouldn't be what it is today without you. Seems true heroes always prefer leaving quietly.
By the way, should we go say bye to Nahita?
Don't know from our dreams anyways.
Good point. Then there's no need to bother her in the real world.
Then, I guess this is goodbye for now, Traveler and Paimon. Whether as a client or a friend, you're always welcome to come find me.
Take care.
Goodbye, Dia. Bye-bye, Sumeru.
Bye bye, Desideria. After setting matters in Sumeru, you approach the border with Fontaine. Really? Who's Paimon winking? Really pretty. A new viewpoint. Okay, where do I have to go? Probably to that thing and then like go over there. Okay. No.
Boring.
Where is over there? Look pretty. The world over there is just ending. Over there. I sometimes forget that only Xiao can do this, and it's not ending well for those characters. Let's just say that. So let's go. Hello, just passing by. Don't mind me. Am I going that way? I probably don't. I could have probably just like flown over there. But like, you know, can't always think about that. So. Wait, is that? Oh no, it's not. Sorry, I mistook you for someone else. So do I just? Hello? Oh, you're a machine. Ah, I went too far.
After crossing all that sand
Oops.
and water, we
Happens.
finally made it. Oh, this must be Fontaine's port. Wow, everything looks so advanced in Fontaine. Paimon's heard that the industry here is extremely developed, and there are all kinds of unusual machines.
It's even more impressive than I expected.
Seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we found something to do. What do you think?
Let's talk about meeting the hierarch.
Good idea. Nahida gave us loads of useful
Who's apparently a
information.
maniac.
Seeking out the Seven is probably still our best source for information at this point.
Our journey is to find my sibling, who is
The more we can learn, the better.
We technically found them
What do you think the Hydro Archon's like?
at one point or another.
Nahida
You know-
said that she has a very unique personality, whatever that means. To learn about a nation's god, start with the nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
Yeah, just go to random people and be like, hey, can I talk to you guys about whatever you talk? Like,
If you ask me,
not suspicious.
it's a tragedy how things ended for him. Clearly, he was a pretty decent person.
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him. I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family. I was
Right.
expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened. Still, his story is quite the tearjerker.
Are they talking about a book? A show?
Excuse me, can I help you too? I couldn't help but notice you standing here listening.
Yeah, well,
Hi.
sorry
We're
about that.
travelers new to Fontaine, and we had something we wanted to ask, but you seem to be really busy talking about some kind of play, so we didn't want to interrupt.
So it is a play.
Play?
Oh, it's not.
No. We're talking about something that really happened. In
Okay,
fact,
never
it's
mind.
a case that was just heard a few days ago.
Really? Like a real trial? But the way you were talking about it and the words you used just now made it sound like some kind of story.
Well, good tales are often based on true stories, aren't they? And what you see in reality may also be someone deliberately putting on an act while harboring ulterior motives. Whether something is true or not simply isn't that important. The main thing is whether the story being acted out on the stage is splendid enough. Oh, but
Okay.
it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is called the Opera Epiclese, or more commonly known as just the Opera House.
Okay.
But, shouldn't court cases be treated a little more seriously than that? Not to question Fontaine's way of doing things. It's just that.
Oh,
having
you're
someone
you're
else
absolutely
usually
questioning
a
stuff.
Very serious thing.
No worries. Other visitors to Fontaine have wondered the same thing. You could say that we just don't want to waste the moving stories behind those cases. And as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely just and honorable Chief Justice Neuvillette, as well as the Oratrice
okay.
Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, a machine
That,
created by the
that's a
Archon.
mouthful.
Between the machine and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past now.
Judgment device created by the Arc. Didn't we? Didn't we just have something like that, like in one of the other nations, and like it worked perfectly fine there. There was no problem whatsoever with that. Not even the slightest issue with that.
Is it some kind of machine too? Oh, Paimon's curious. We should check it out if we get the chance. Wait, Paimon almost forgot to ask you our question. Do you know what we should do if we want to meet the Hydro Archon?
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House.
The Shogun?
Lady Farina practically lives there. You could definitely say it's her biggest
Technically a
passion.
machine, a puppet, you know?
I think what they mean is that they wish to speak with the Archon personally. In that case, I am afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on whether or not she has any time slots available.
Like an appointment?
Huh. Is the Hydro Archon super busy taking care of official stuff? Wait, didn't you say that she's always at the Opera House?
No. Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment is simply because she's incredibly popular.
Okay.
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time, people can't get enough of her.
Huh. First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described that way before. Wait! Paimon gets it now! The Hydro Archon is kinda like a big celebrity here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Perhaps you could even say our mascot.
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon you're talking about. You should show some more respect.
Yes, you shouldn't just
you're
call them
right.
mascot.
Yes, I should at least try to be a little more respectful in front of visitors.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I might get arrested and find myself face to face with Monsieur Neuvillette.
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested for saying something disrespectful about the Hydro Archon.
Not yet. The people of Fontaine really like the Hydro Archon.
Alright, I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro Archon at the Opera House. But who knows how long making an appointment
Why is
will
Lubin
take?
looking like she just wanna kill
Guess
someone?
we could have a look around the city in the meantime. Hey! What are you looking over there for?
I don't know. There's a girl over there, okay. And I wanna kill her or what?
Huh.
Oh!
Something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she?
Yeah, it's not that deep
Maybe
though.
we better go check on her.
Prelude of, I'm not gonna pronounce this because I took like 1 year of French in school and there's a reason I stopped taking those classes. But just imagine I pronounced that correctly. Hi.
Hello there. Excuse me. Are you alright?
Huh? I'm fine. Thanks.
Oh, okay then. We just noticed that you seem to be worried about something.
About many things, actually. But there's nothing I can do but just keep my troubles to myself. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there. See?
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
Maybe they're mermaids.
No people call the waters around Fontaine a sea. It's actually just an inland lake that's filled with fresh water. And no, I can still see that hill clearly in my memories. Now, it's been completely submerged. He would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun shone brightly, and the air was filled with the scent of the sea. But now, the water is gradually swallowing our memories. It won't be long before it swallows us.
That's
Sorry.
the Depressing?
Paimon doesn't really get what you mean.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Oh, and you are?
A new 5-star.
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. There's no need for any concern.
His gloves are
Allow
also
me to
just...
introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
Nice to meet you.
How did you guess that
This
one?
is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine. We were just talking with your sister. Even though we didn't really get what she was saying.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all. I'm usually the only one she ever talks to.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason.
I wish Lamine would talk a bit more, I'll be completely honest. Because you always steal all my lines.
So that's how you think it is?
Yes.
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite similar.
Are both cat girls? What do you mean?
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memories? And that it won't be long before it engulfs you too?
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine for some time now. Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. There's no doubt about what's happening in Fontaine now. Where to begin? Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formally greeted each other yet, have we?
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
I was like, didn't we just exactly told our names?
Hello,
and
traveler.
Hi. Hello, Lene.
And hello, Paimon.
Hey!
Did he just...
Why didn't Paimon get a handshake? You're
That looked like a really weirdly placed hand.
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in Fontaine when making new friends. You should remember it. It might prove useful.
Oh, all right then. Well, Paimon's just happy to have a local friend now. By the way, we were just getting ready to go to the Opera House to meet the Hydro Archon. Would you be able to show us the way?
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the Opera House later myself. I'll gladly take you once I finish things here. Please, follow me.
Okay, this is... Oh. I'm coming. Don't be confused about me looking different all of a sudden. That's just how it is. Also, Paimon is pink now. And talks definitely less. Which is amazing.
You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady Farina has come to see you.
Okay. It's not her. Oh, there she is. Well, I like her shoes. Okay.
Huh. So, she's the Hydro Archon? But how did she know we were looking for her?
I don't
My dear
think
people,
she came for us.
rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all. Raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu. As you
can all see, 2 unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and her companion who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Is she talking about us?
No, there is another 2 people who just randomly appeared. Nobody here seems to be holding a glass.
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you left in your wake as you visited other nations, but I welcome you nevertheless. No, I have come to receive you personally.
You know, my cosplayer brain was like, oh my god, it's gonna be such a pain if you want to cosplay her and you have like two different fucking eye contact lenses. And you were like, oh, they look interesting. And I was like, my brain works really different from normal people's brain, doesn't it?
Fear is for insignificant cowards. I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness. You can be rest assured, I see clearly your sincerity. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most
But my brain
sensible
always
thing to do.
thinks about
It will
that.
allow you to truly behold my power and witness my authority. Intelligent people always gather under the correct banner. I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip. Now, you may rejoice in this.
Well, finding the Archon was easy enough.
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few minutes. But the Hydro Archon's entrance was, how should Paimon describe it? A little...
You think a little? Just a little?
Miss Hydro Archon? How did you know we were coming?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't forget that even the gods can be divided into the mediocre and the excellent. I suppose it's only natural for you to be awestruck by my abilities. You had best stop and consider. Do you
Her
really
hair.
have the noble qualities and etiquette
Her entire
necessary to
outfit.
communicate with a god? All it takes is a flick of my finger for me to know everything about you.
Whoa. Talk about sounding high and mighty.
It's like she can't get over herself.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough?
Oh, no. It's more than enough.
What else
It's,
should
please,
I say?
please. It's more than enough.
Is she waiting for us to start talking?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler? How did I not notice before?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina?
No.
Is there some kind of drama going on?
Of course.
That
That's the
everything is a
blonde
drama.
Traveler, the one all those stories are about. Lady Farina came here to personally see her. Oh, I bet this is going to be the duel of the century.
Ooh, I've got to see
Why?
this.
Wait.
I knew Lady Farina would never disappoint.
Duel? I'm not here to fight yet.
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy, and despite the noise, I've come to tolerate all their ruckus. You may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between myself and this traveler from another land, just as you were hoping to see.
What?
To fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
What's going on? Fighting gods, I've got a resume. You're not the first one I'm gonna fight. But everyone's mad at us now.
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel against the divine.
You're not the first one.
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Me? She was like, let's have a duel. We literally just met like a minute ago.
Very. Few have the courage to draw their sword against a god. She is
Oh my
obviously
God.
a true
Oh, my head already hurts from this.
Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will not slake their thirst for excitement.
Huh. Yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor.
I'm a criminal
Always
now?
to tell the truth.
Hey, we're skipping through so much.
As
What?
the god of justice, I shall face this traveler in another kind of duel. A duel in court.
Am I arrested now?
Now that'll be worth seeing.
Right. This is Fontaine, after all.
What's going
Such a
on?
grand opera house. It would be a
Can
pity
I go
not
back to
use it.
Sumeru? Can I go back to sleeping in Sumeru?
Seems you've spent a little too much time in the opera house. Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
We literally... We haven't committed any crimes yet, but we literally just arrived here.
Oh, we have reason to put you on trial. It's obvious, isn't it?
Elaborate?
According to Fontaine law,
Ah.
no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month. You are clearly guilty of violating this law, no?
Oh,
What-
so
what-
that's what they've
what-
done wrong.
What?
That's Our Lady Farina. No one knows the laws of Fontaine like she does.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, flying object?
You mean precisely! Now, if you two have no objections, then in the name of the Hydro Archon, I order your arrest.
My apologies,
I
Lady
have
Farina. I didn't
objections.
to spoil the fun, but if you would allow me to interject, I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
You tell her, Linny! Finally someone who's not crazy. How could anyone call Paimon a flying object?
Ah, great magician Linny, my beloved citizen. I'll permit
Sure,
you
beloved.
to object. But how exactly do you plan to prove your claim?
It's breathing!
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show. So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a trick for everyone.
Is she balloon now?
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did you do that?
Well, then he patted you on. Oh, he patted you on the fucking back, not the ass. Come on, it looks really much like it's not the back, okay? Okay?
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the traveler's hand all along. It was just that no one could see it before.
Huh? You call that magic? You've got to be joking.
I thought it was pretty good. Nice one.
Huh. I'm not sure what to think. It seems Lady Farina's charges no longer hold water.
Da da da.
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected twist that I enjoy. With you here, today's performance can finally be called complete.
Performance? You performance?
In
I
which
mean-
case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. The god of justice will not bring charges against an innocent person. But when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands.
So like, give me like 10 minutes and I will break another law. Don't worry, I'm a war criminal in like
Mr.
most of
Liddy
these
and
places.
Miss Lynette. That's enough for now. Toodaloo!
And just like that, she's gone. Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. He never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That whole scene just now was really...
Thanks for bailing us out, Linne.
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation.
Of course.
Just in case. I
Just
didn't
in
think it would
case.
actually come in handy. So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Farina is?
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Yeah, that's exactly how I would prescribe that. Is she really that reasonable?
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Linny. It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House, right?
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. Lynette is my assistant. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine, the Opera House.
But isn't the Opera House where criminal trials are held in Fontaine?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a performance can be a little blurred. And speaking
little.
of performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity gifted by fate. Might I invite the two of you to see my performance?
Sure, I would love to.
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to go to the Opera House anyway.
I would be delighted.
Splendid. In
Oh,
that
you're
case,
so
why don't
happy
we go
about
together?
it.
I'll show you the way. I just have something to take care of first.
Is there any way I can help?
Oh, you really mean it? Then
No.
I'll take you up on your offer. This is a
please don't.
magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you can help me distribute them to the people here.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
What are they
I
going
miss
to
Slippy
use
much.
it for?
About that. You asked me before about the prophecy, right? Let me start by telling you a little more about what it entails. I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy has been circulating around Fontaine.
Mm-hmm.
It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin.
Okay.
No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine
It's a bit
born with sins?
Brutal?
What is that supposed to mean?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be regarded as conjecture.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the prophecy completely? Why bother feeling guilty all the time?
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
But now the water is engulfing our memories.
Many places have already been completely submerged, and now lie beneath the sea.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine shouldn't ignore the possibility, which would end up sentencing them to death. We
Yeah.
hope that at least the people who reside near the
How about we're
waterfront can
not
move
drowning
away
an
before it's
entire
too late.
nation?
So, we've started distributing magic pockets to them. As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity. I'm sure they will come in handy when people are moving their belongings.
Okay.
Paimon gets it.
So it's like bigger on the inside?
Time for a rainy day.
If the prophecy is true.
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? We're just tiny specks in the grand scheme of things. Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby. Be sure to convince them to take it, regardless of what they say.
Sure. That's not ominous at all? Yay, I got a achievement already. Okay. Hi there, officer. Here's a pocket.
What's this? So you also believe in the prophecy. Keep it. I won't have any use for it.
What? You mean you don't believe in the prophecy?
No, I believe in the prophecy. But I also believe in another story.
Okay.
The story says that people once lived in the ocean. They were one with the ocean and couldn't live apart from it. But as time wore on, people
mermaids.
desired to live on land and developed blood vessels, encapsulating the sea within their bodies. Thus could people set foot on land. So, if you ask me,
Or like frogs?
water rises and
Frogs
takes
can
us
live in
all,
water and
it'll
outside
be
of
like
water.
going home.
Oh, we hadn't heard that one before. But people can't live underwater. They'll die. You should probably still take it.
All right, I'll take it. I guess I just feel that being dissolved into the water doesn't necessarily mean death.
Can you fucking breathe underwater? What do you mean? It doesn't necessarily mean death.
So you're the blonde traveler that everyone's been talking about. My apologies for not
Sorry.
recognizing you earlier. Oh, a magic pocket? Seems you really thought of everything. I guess it's better to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Thanks. Please, also thank the magician on my behalf when you get the chance.
Okay, that person likes the idea of a... That's not what you're supposed to do, sweetie. Not you? Oh. Hello. Hi, Captain.
Huh? I don't want that thing. Way I see it.
Oh no, you're supposed to
opposite
take it.
true.
That's
It's
not
still
a
gonna
nice
be
question. You
long
just
time
take it.
before the water can cover everything. Life is all about living in the moment. What use is there in worrying about the future all the time? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
You should still take it. You never know when it'll
That
come
is not
handy.
a healthy mindset.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that if I start moving, that means I've already given up on the life I have now. I'd really rather not.
Sure. Where do I go now? Oh. Hey, I distributed all the pockets.
Oh, you already handed out all of the magic pockets?
Yep, I'm fast.
That was
efficient.
fast. So, what did people have to say? I bet you heard some interesting opinions.
Many are quite stubborn.
Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare.
I mean...
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine. Since we're out and about, I was thinking about bringing him some more materials.
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the materials look like and we'll help. Many hands make light work.
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll need some Romaritime flowers. I remember seeing them near the waterfront on the east side of the harbor.
Okay. Sure. Let's collect some stuff. Am I going the right way? I am. I technically just climb that now. I could have gone the other way around, couldn't I? Well, it's too late. Is it this one? No.
We have to use Hydro to collect Romaritime
But it's
flowers.
something new. Did I have a Hydro character with me? I hate that you need to have like a certain character element in your party to collect stuff. I hate that. I hated that in Inazuma. And I'm not a fan here either.
You made quick work of that.
I
can tell you're an
Yeah, I just went the long
traveler.
road, you know.
I've also finished collecting a few here. Maybe next time you'll feel like helping too, Lynette.
How did you do that though? Because you
I'm
have
powerful
fire and
woman
your
today.
sister has wind.
Otherwise, I fear I may not have any energy left for the performance at the Opera House.
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off. Now that we're finished here, we should get ready to head back to the court of Fontaine.
So, we're going to the court of Fontaine before we head to the Opera House? Good. Paimon wants a tour of Fontaine's largest city and try...
Did you just ignore her?
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
I have now.
What's wrong with her? Paimon didn't notice anything.
She's obviously a thief. Magicians and
Obviously.
thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't discover what you're really doing. Watch her movements carefully.
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her. But
I really
seems
like
she's
that
very
everyone's already
alert.
done with Paimon.
Perhaps we
No
should
matter
split
where I
up.
go, nobody likes her. No one.
You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run.
Leave it to me.
Alright, let's go.
Let's catch a thief. Oh, that's where I go up. Okay, interesting, interesting. What was that? How much higher are we going? Hello? Da 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 da. Okay. Can I technically also go to the statue? Where is the statue? The statue is here. Let me activate. Oh, actually pretty. Well, yeah. Ba 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 ba. Did light just start flooding from the statue of the Seven just now? It's so weird. Did anything like this ever happened before? A rush of water? It certainly is a nation of the Hydra, and even the statues of the 7 water fountains. Yeah, right. That life wasn't normal at all. Sunny, you didn't feel uncomfortable at all. Oh, I feel like I'm using gills. Oh, that's how I can breathe underwater now! Good for you. First try growing a pair of gills and show Paimon. Seems like you're feeling pretty good. Paimon can't believe Paimon was actually worried about you for a moment there. Though after it lit up like that, the air does feel a lot more humid. Maybe it's because of all that hydro energy that was released. Paimon heard that in Fontaine, if you can use elemental energy properly, you can even swim underwater. Maybe you can even find sunken treasure. Oh god. No, no, don't do this to me. Paimon will leave diving for treasure to you. Paimon will stand on the shore and wait for you. Okay, I don't care. I'll be completely honest. Mysterious power that flows out from a statue to imbue you with the blessing of the transoceanic source water. Is that the word? The progress will remain unhindered so long as you are moving through the lakes of Fontaine. Okay. So is this just automatically happening? I'm not sure. Oh, this is a new meter. Look at this! I'm swimming, it's going down, I'm still singing, it's going back up! No more drowning? Is this... No more drowning? Oh my god. Okay.
This is the spot where Linny wanted us to wait. Oh, look! Isn't that her?
You're right to stop her.
Oh no! Did she notice us? She started running the other direction! What should
Well,
we
maybe
do?
you're
Should we
talking too loud. Our job is to block this path.
You're right. She might also be trying to lure us away.
You wait, but there's no sign of the thief.
Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Linny caught the thief.
Seems there's no reason for us to stay here.
Yeah, let's go.
I did see the glowing kitty cat. And I got a book. So... Wait. Is this on the same... Oh, it is. Hi.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
No, that was all. Oh, I can't thank you enough. I didn't notice a thing earlier. Anyway, I should be going now. Thanks again.
Don't worry. You're welcome. I like that tree in the background.
Oh, were you
That looks really
returning what
cool.
the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground. By the time I looked back, she was already gone.
I saw the general direction she went, but Linny twisted his ankle, and I needed to make sure he was okay.
Da da da.
Oh, did you get hurt, Linny?
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all. In fact, it's feeling better already.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it. Imagine what would happen if you managed to derail our performance as a result.
You're right. Sorry, Lynette.
He's not.
I have to admit that the
He's
thief
not
was even
sorry.
more skilled than I had anticipated. But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it wasn't a complete failure.
What a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the end, though. Linny's initiative paid off.
All right, let's put this little detour behind us. We should go to the Court of Fontaine now.
To the Court of Fontaine. How do I get there, though? I like how Genshin is always like letting me like walk for like 10 steps and then be like, here's the next cutscene.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around! People in Fontaine really know how to use water!
This is an aqua bus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine. It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same. That's why it's better to travel with friends.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, well, you don't really talk that much. Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being at home.
Wow.
Whatever.
Wow.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
Wait, there's something glowing! Hey, cat. But there was something glowing!
Huh?
What? Traveler! Paimon!
Charlotte!
Lumi's just like, hi.
I never guessed I'd bump into you all riding the aqua bus. In the story of my life, this is big news. What are you doing in Fontaine? I didn't hear anything about you paying us a visit.
Yeah, it's quite the
Spontaneously.
coincidence, but as travelers, we're always on the move. It's not surprising that nobody knew we were coming. Though we still have no idea how the Hydro Archon knew about us. Oh, let Paimon introduce you to our new friends!
Oh, no need for introductions, Paimon. I would recognize the great magician Linny and his assistant Lynette anywhere. I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who they were. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you.
Now that everyone knows each other, Fontaine suddenly doesn't feel like such an unfamiliar place. So, what have you been up to lately, Charlotte? Any big news?
Not too much. When there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle, even if it's the same old topics. For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days.
What? But that's not really the kind of news you're after.
You're right. Seems you know me pretty well. What I'm really after is
I don't think so.
sensational news pieces that could shake the country.
Did I even play that?
Smaller stories are a waste of my talent.
A TCG thing? I'm not even sure if I did.
I've been following a case lately. Well, a series of cases actually.
You mean the serial disappearances of young women case?
That's right. These stories are the talk of the town right now, and it's probably the most mysterious case we've ever seen.
Everywhere.
If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, and it's the headline story in the Steambird, oh, when that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy. I've already gathered all kinds of materials. I just can't wait for the truth to be revealed.
So, what is the serial disappearances of young women case? You mean the culprit hasn't been found?
Is Lynette gonna be in danger?
Right. The first missing girl case happened almost 20 years ago. And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is that the girls are all of a similar age, and that they've all vanished without a trace.
Da da
The
da.
scariest part is that to this day, none of the girls have ever been found. Many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen.
And there must be more than one criminal ring. Yeah, that's what I was thinking,
Possible.
like.
But either way, I believe that every case has some precise truth behind it, waiting to be exposed.
Why are we not sitting on those benches?
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of explanation. I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear. I'd pay any price to get her back, and then find a way to track down the culprit.
Please don't imagine that, Lenny.
You continue talking on the Aquabus, and before you know it, you're arriving at your destination.
Hey, we're almost there, look!
Da 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 da.
Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises like this. Yeah, us as well. The ride went by too quickly.
I like the music, but the music is like so much louder than their voices.
Okay, Paimon hopes we can chat again soon, Charlotte. See ya!
Bye, Charlotte.
Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time. What a tough job. Always running around and interviewing everyone. Well, where should we go now?
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides, I still have all the materials we collected.
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge, Paimon wouldn't know where to start anyway.
Let's go to their home, I guess. We've been invited. Okay, never mind. I thought maybe I can like take a few steps. The answer is nope. What the hell was that? So it is actually really pretty. I bet Kabe would like it here. Pretty. We oh my god. We just skipped so much. Okay, they have 3 regions. That's good to know.
The damned will sooner die a
Yeah.
than lay a hand on me.
It's Xiao, it's fine. Can I go to it's technically behind that one, okay. I was like, is that Catherine? It's not Catherine. Okay, I don't care about kids. Oh. Wait, there's something glowing. Wrong buttons. It's been a while I played this, okay? Give me a minute.
I'm not guessing.
This is our current abode.
Is he?
Fremine, your home.
I am. I'm not sure. Is he?
Where did everyone else go? I have some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon. I suppose that can't be helped.
Why are we saying father?
Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
You, Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Oh,
What a talented
I'm
family.
very proud to have a diver as a brother, Linny.
Linny, could you come here for a moment?
Hmm? What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me?
No. It's alright, you go ahead. He just wants to talk to you in private because he likes to do that.
Okay, I see.
Is everything alright?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing a little housework. Sorry for the interruption.
Sure you were.
Before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you able to get any, Fremine?
Yes, I went diving and
I like
gathered
his
lots of materials.
freckles. Oh, he cute.
I was about to give them to you.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater work. All right, I'll take these to the workshop.
It's raining.
Looks like rain.
What?
You're right.
No way.
Wasn't
I
it
thought
clear
that's
sunny
snow.
Just a moment ago? Fontaine's weather sure is weird.
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House, but don't worry, it'll clear up soon enough.
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went, every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain. When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky at the top of my lungs. Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
Could Hydro Dragon be the elemental dragon of Fontaine? Yeah.
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual. Let Paimon try something. Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Yeah, they
Doesn't seem to be
they
of
don't
any
care, huh?
use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism. Or could at least play along.
Sorry, it might be because we've never met the
I
Hydro
like
Dragon.
that sibling
Perhaps
dynamics.
it can't be comforted by the words of strangers.
After some time, the rain stops. That's usually how it goes.
It
Are we
rained
just
for longer
standing
than I
outside waiting for
suspected.
the rain to stop?
Oh, it's already getting late.
Was there something you needed to do, Linny?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last aqua bus of the day. On the day of the performance, just ride the aqua bus to the island of Araneus. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
Sounds good. You go ahead.
Are you leaving now?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. You feel nervous delivering the materials for the magic pockets, is that it? Perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help us take these materials to the Beaumont workshop and deliver them to the owner there? I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted, and the boss there tends to be pretty talkative. Fremine has always been a little afraid of her.
No trouble at all. Don't worry, we're on the case.
Just tell me where to go and I'm gonna deliver all the
Sorry for
things.
the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it comes to such tasks. I'll think of a way to make it up to you.
It's fine. Don't sweat it.
This'll be a walk in the park for us.
Okay, can I go to the statue first? Honey, no! I'm streaming. I don't even know who you are. Okay. Statue is... Oh, look! Oh my god. No. Some people don't understand a no, do they? For me? I might be able to... maybe from over there. It's probably someone who like wanted materials. I don't have anything here anyway, so it wouldn't be much of a help. Oh, look, here is the... Oh no. I thought... Aren't you gonna give me those weekly things to get one of the wings? Isn't that usually what the symbol is meant to be? Okay, never mind that. Where do I find it? Above it? I'm pretty sure it's a stranger. I don't think I have anyone with that name on my friends list. Unless like they like changed their name. I just want to get to the statue! Why is that so hard? Is it up here? Just, okay, wait. We can like stand here for a second. Oh wait. Is it that one? I think it's that one, isn't it? It's usually the big glowy red thing. Shh. I'm sure there is no law for like climbing buildings. It's the middle of the night. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Look. Look, I got it. Don't worry. I'm not collecting flowers. It's not a felony. Don't worry. Oh, there's already a side quest. Wait. So. Let me get that one. Nice. Yeah. Oh, I don't. Not yet. Thank you. You have a side quest. We're ignoring that because I'm gonna do that at one point. Not yet, but I just like wanted to have it like in my list. Whatever, Virgil. You're in the wrong game. Excuse me, mister. You're in the wrong game. Come on. Yada 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 yada. I don't know what your problem is, and to be frank, I don't care. You just want more power? Well, he's still in the wrong game for that. Come on, dude. Yeah, there's no end to your blabbling as well. Come on, be dumb. I have places to be. Oh no, I don't want to go with you! No! Oh my god. I don't have time for you. Goodbye. Seriously. I don't have time for you. I need to be placed and I need to deliver stuff. I'm not 100% sure where. Wait. There. Found it. There we go.
Hello? Is there anyone here?
I had to take a detour, but like, I think the stuff is still good.
Or do you need something made? Or perhaps you're just looking for a chat with me.
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are. They're for making... what were they called again?
Ah, these must be for magic pockets. I could tell right away. I've already made several orders worth now. No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth.
Oh.
When they told me what they'd be using them for, I even offered them a discount. But they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run. It seems both their hearts and their pockets are made of gold.
Wow.
So our new friends are very rich. Is that the right
Can't say
thing
for
I'm hearing out of
sure,
this?
But who knows?
Because
There's good money to be made being a magician in
I
Fontaine.
might need some money.
Hey, is this machine what you use to make stuff here? It looks really advanced.
It looks
Why use your
absolutely
hands when a machine
terrifically
can do the
advanced.
work?
Yes.
It would be a waste not to use the latest technology, and wasting is a kind of crime.
But where does a big machine like that get its power from?
Well...
Determination.
That's a little complicated. I'm not sure I can put it in layman's terms for you. But basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type of energy that's produced from trials.
Indemnitium.
How
Okay.
can trials produce energy?
I see something glowing behind us.
Well, I'm not completely sure of all the details myself, but basically, when a trial is in session, the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale harvests people's belief in justice and converts it into
I'm not even
energy
gonna
to be
try
used
to ever
all around
pronounce that
Fontaine.
one.
So that's what its other function is? Paimon heard that the Oratrice was created by the Archon to make judgments. But Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines?
Well, Wendy and I are both sad. I know what they said.
So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the
Hi,
machine to take the
babe.
energy created by belief and turn it
It's
into
dangerous to
power
be
for
there.
all of Fontaine, right?
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before, it sounds like it makes sense.
Oh, baby.
Besides indemnitium, we
Oh,
have
I'm
another
missing
type
my
of energy
face.
called pneumosia. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature. Even now, it still cannot be
Not
widely used by
here.
civilians.
Welcome. How you doing on this
I thought I'd find
Sunday?
you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away.
Wow.
Since you're already talking, I'm sure you wouldn't mind a few words with me.
Who are you?
Again. Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to Confrérie of Cabriere by next month? Why are you hounding me now?
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the end of this month? I want 50% today. Wait, no, 70%.
That's not how that works.
Huh? You...
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the materials. Maybe now's a good time to leave?
We can't just let her be and get bullied by these guys. It's like a usual case of someone owing somebody else money.
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying to collect payments,
Child!
why don't you settle your own debts first? If Confrérie of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between us first, before you get back to your little conversation here?
Ah, you're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay everything we owe next month. Why are you hounding me now?
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't
Hi.
think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're surprised to see you too. What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
You sure seem to have run into a lot of friends today.
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now, and honestly, things have been pretty boring. But it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good
Well,
friends here now,
I mean, I'm
always seem to
interested.
find
What
trouble.
exactly do you mean by a gift bundle code for Genshin? I mean, if you don't need it, hey, you know, I'm generous. I can just take it from you. It's fine. I'm that generous. Like if you don't care about it, you know. But no, seriously, what do you mean with you have a gift bundle from Discord?
Either way you look at it, It seems things are going to get a lot more interesting now.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting. Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so
Look,
far.
we're learning, okay? We're at least learning and be like, hey, whatever you find interesting, that's gonna be like borderline bullshit, so I'm gonna stay away from it. I don't mind a little excitement every now and then.
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy. Aren't you
I
forgetting
mean,
something?
if you are not playing Genshin and you know before it like going bad or anything, I won't mind, I'll be honest. Thank you very much for thinking of me. Thank you, thank you.
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there for a while?
You
He's like,
kidding?
bitch,
Aren't you the one
don't talk to
looking for
me.
us? You really expect us to sit and twiddle our thumbs while you catch up with your friends?
Yes.
Listen to me, boy. If you want Chamora, fine. Why don't you come? And
Paimon's like,
Hey,
honey,
I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser ice fishing, Tusser said,
Hey, that's way over the line. All right, boys.
Please
let's
just punch
see who
him.
has to pay up now.
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients, you're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You
yeah.
two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
Self-defense is what I would say too.
I'm sure this won't take long.
Just go ahead. I'm just gonna wait here for like 30 seconds. Oh, do I have to? Oh! Oh wait, why am I child? Is there gonna be a child rerun? Oh, I like the music. Come here. I forgot how nice it is to play with child. I really need to build him again. It's really nice to play with him.
What's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank? Wait, don't tell me you're...
Da da da!
Now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you understand that you don't mess with Northland Bank. Got it? Huh?
Oh.
Now's my chance!
Thank you very much! Yeah, that didn't work out for you, huh?
Huh. That was weird.
What just happened?
I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them. Maybe there's
Oh
something
my god,
wrong
it's just
with
like
my
running away in
vision?
the background.
Strange. How could that happen? First time Paimon's ever heard of someone losing control of their vision.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
Yeah, I don't think that's healthy, honey. So, like, can we just step away from your delusion? That's not the healthiest thing you can do.
What are you doing in Fontaine, child? I don't see its work for Northland Bank.
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
Huh? What kind of reason is that? Wait, since when do you feel down about anything?
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot to learn about myself. But recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me. And I don't know why, but every now and then I feel like I'm in a terrible mood.
Maybe you losing control of your vision just now is connected with that power you're feeling inside.
Maybe.
That is a possibility.
So, about this power.
I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I fell into some unknown abyss. It was during that
Okay.
time I learned nearly all of my abilities.
That's...
The one who took me under her wing and taught me was named Skirk. She was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through, and she was always very strict when teaching me combat techniques. One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. From what I could make of her answer, it was because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me. She said that all my combat training would be useful in the future.
It?
What is it? What did you awaken?
She never explained that, but my guess is that it's related to a dream I saw when I had just fallen into that abyss. In my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me. But in front of me,
Chell's
appeared
missing a
whale that was
nose.
so
Are you
massive,
seeing that?
I felt like I couldn't breathe.
Like completely missing the nose.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Wait, do they all
When we
miss the
fought
nose?
against you before,
Did I just never
you
noticed
summoned
before?
a huge whale that seemed to leap at us. Is that the one?
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I create using my elemental powers. It takes
They
that
all
shape
missing.
because
Okay,
the
I just
scene
never
dreamt of
noticed
the
that
whale has
before, I
always
guess.
been
No,
stuck in
look,
my
now
mind.
it's there.
I'll
It's
never
not
forget it.
exactly missing.
So
They
you
usually
used
have
the
one.
whale as inspiration for one of your moves?
Whatever.
Seems a little twisted to Paimon.
It's very possible that.
So why don't you just go ask your master?
I hate
Maybe
Paimon.
he knows the answer.
Paimon, shut up!
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss. But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I remember falling into the abyss.
Oh, it sounds like some kind of ghost story.
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange encounters in this world tend
No,
to be
look, now it's
elusive like
back. I think it's just the angle. I just never noticed before.
Seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you. I just remembered I have somewhere else I need to be, so I should get going.
What? More work for the Northland Bank?
No, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official champion duelists whenever I'm feeling bored.
Okay.
Official champion duelists? You mean it's their job to duel?
Yep, in Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a duel with an official champion duelist. The champion duelists are all powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best, and the duel itself is a no-holds-barred fight with no specified stopping point. So engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted. But if they lose, they'll have no choice but to stand trial. And the worst-case scenario is that you're simply killed in the duel. Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty, from what I can tell, no one has ever been officially
I'm
sentenced
sure
to
that
death.
death penalty will like come
So
back and
really,
haunt us at
the
one
only
point
people who opt to
when
duel are
we're in
those who have
front of
suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or
Of a
those who
court.
greatly value their honor.
Sounds
Otherwise,
reasonable,
why
yeah.
gamble with your life.
So, do many people actually
It's like, are you a witch or are you not? And then they try to drown you, and when you drown, like
Apparently,
you're a
it's
witch,
exceedingly
and when you're
rare
not,
for anyone to
like
actually win.
no, when you drown, you like, oh,
Fontaine
you're not a
probably
witch, but
enacted
when you
the
did,
system as
then
a way
you're a
to
witch.
show that the nation respects the honor of its citizens. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly why I was itching to face them as soon as I got to Fontaine.
Of course you were.
Apparently, the one I'm meeting today, Clorinde, is the strongest of the champion duelists.
Is that the hot woman?
I've been asking her for some
We
time
saw?
before she finally agreed to face me today.
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before.
It is. When we met the Hydra Archon.
Before I forget, I want you to have this.
I mean, I already
Huh?
have. Wait.
Vision?
Why?
Seriously, just giving it away?
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel, so I think I'll be better off without it for now. Besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while.
Can we?
I'll come retrieve
Can
it
we
when I have some
discuss this
time
again
later.
together? I don't think this is a smart thing.
You just want an excuse to come talk to us again, don't you?
Whatever gave you that idea? I'll be in touch later.
You can't just give away your vision.
Guy. He said he's been
Child!
feeling down lately, but he seemed the same as ever to Paimon. Well, since we don't have much to do for now, we might as well walk around and see the city before Lenny's performance.
Under Paimon's enthusiastic leadership, you walk all around the court of Fontaine and probably like buy a lot of food.
Wow! Who could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely... sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's
Sorry.
all.
Like too fast.
Paimon never saw that twist coming. The murder mystery novels here are amazing.
Never thought I'd see the day when Paimon would enjoy reading.
The whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. Both have their merits, but
Is she just dissing on Yai?
they're more...
She's like, bitch, I'm not gonna read your books.
It's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should buy a copy and read it too.
Oh, you already spoiled who the murderer is.
Oh, sorry about that. Paimon will be more careful next time. Hey.
Oh, I started a show
Opera House to see Linny's performance soon? It's almost time for the show
on
to
Disney
start,
Plus.
so we should get going.
Only murderers in the building because like she was talking about murders and shit. It's a really good show. I binged all of this while making Stell. And I wasn't aware that season 3 is actually like still airing. I hate that. Like I'm on a fucking streaming platform to be able to binge shit. Not to be like, oh, it's a weekly show now. It's like you would like watch it on TV. Like, no! Let me indulge in just like binging this show.
Shut up and take
oh,
my money.
God.
Note there 001 donated 58 euros. Star operator L star operator.
How do I deserve this? Thank you. Thank you. I don't know how I deserve this. Thank you so much. That is so sweet of you. Thank you. Wow. I don't deserve it? Oh. you still donated though. Is this reverse psychology you're trying? I'm confused. So we need to, do I need to go up? Did I just go down when I had to go up? Oh, please don't. Oh. Are these just walking around the city? They do. Interesting. Okay, I don't, where the fuck am I going? Can you just, it's fine. Why? Did a 5-star just got a story quest? How? Oh no, Yoimiya also has one. Never mind me. I'm an idiot. Everything's good. Everything's good. Let's just go up here. Let's just teleport up here. Anyways, I hate that streaming platforms are now like, oh, we gotta do weekly releases now as well. Like, bitch, I pay you money so that I can just watch things. Okay, it's coming. Watch things without it needing to. Oh, I don't need to do that from down there. Without waiting for 50,000 years. My bad. Okay. I found it. I figured it out. Everything's good. I figured it out. Where we have to go. Well, what if you couldn't watch it all night? What? But that's the thing I'm being mad about right now. I cannot watch it all. The actual season is I need to wait weekly to get the new episode. That's what I'm. Are you? Now it says higher. Are you shitting with me? Sure. Oh my god, you look so fucking cute. What the fuck? You look adorable. Let's sit down. Let's sit down.
Welcome to the Navia line. I am Elfan.
Thank you, thank you. She's nearly done already.
I'll be departing imminently. Please do not stick your head, hands, or other body parts outside the boat. The Aquabus
Yeah, but I'd rather have that. I'd rather wait than like be in the middle of a season and be like, oh wait, shit, I can't watch further. That's what binging is. I just binged 2 entire seasons of this. That is the. I'd rather wait a month. Like I didn't know it's actually airing. That's the issue behind it. I hate that.
And the opera epicless. If you look to the left in the direction we are currently traveling,
If I get the money back?
you
What
will
money?
see
What?
the famous Fontaine Research Institute up in the sky. An experiment gone wrong turned into
It's more.
sightseeing opportunity.
It's definitely more.
It truly is a wondrous thing.
What are you binging? Only murders in the house, in the apartment. Wait, what was it called? It's on Disney Plus. Only murders in the building. In the building. Only murders in the building. It's really good. I really liked it. Like I was watching it on the side. Like maybe if like you actually pay attention to everything, it's maybe not that good. But like I was paying like 70% attention to it. It was really nice.
Please be sure to bring all your personal belongings with you as you disembark.
Oh,
Even
what do you
though
mean if I get the
any
money
forgotten
back?
Items to the lost and found,
I still
paperwork
don't
is
understand
rather
that.
annoying, as Melusine hands are not suitable
But I
for
think she
grasping
would.
pens.
The thing is, I'm not even putting like the time in there because like if I would like make it as a commission, it would be way more expensive because like I would need to like look at. Oh, are we there? Also, like need to pay myself a bit for making it, but I think it is. I think without it all and like just the materials, just like the prints, just like everything around it, yada yada, I think it's around 400. Oh, it's... The goal up there is not for the thing that I started. It's just like... It's not funded, it's my own money. Oh, obviously, it's my own money because I would do it like nonetheless. I just thought it's like maybe a good idea to put it there because if I do it nonetheless, like I can. It's just swan. Hello. I don't know how to dive yet. Maybe I should look at the gameplay tutorial, wait.
Let's move out.
I don't need to look at gameplay tutorials, I can figure this out on my own. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Where the fuck am I going? Oh, there are so many chests.
Useless.
Come here.
One with the forest.
Oh, there's more.
The wind rises upon the gale.
There's more. Oh, wait, what? Maybe I should look at the gameplay tutorial for that. Whatever! As long as I get my chest, it's fine. Wait, are these new? Are these? Look at them. Hello.
Quit following me.
They were cute. There were new things to collect. I don't know where I'm going. Over there. Oh, up. Exactly where I'm going.
Now this
Exactly.
is fancy. The Opera at Eclairs. What a place to hold a performance. No wonder Linny and Lynette were looking forward to it.
It's really pretty here.
Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and healthy child. We pray.
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy and lives a peaceful life.
I guess if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll turn out smart.
Sure. That's how that works.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. There sure are a lot of couples here.
Vache.
Huh?
What's wrong?
I don't know. I hear voices.
Vache.
Is it her name? Did you just say something? No, I don't think it was Paimon.
No, Paimon didn't say anything. Are you
Strange.
here?
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for children.
Hmm.
Lynette, you scared Paimon. Why did you get
Paimon
here?
is scared of everything all the time.
Lenny asked me to wait here for you, remember?
Right.
By the way, Lynette.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
It seemed as if...
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you? Besides, it's the middle of the day. It's not the time for eerie things.
I see. I might be able to tell you something that could help explain the voice you heard.
Okay.
In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what
you
you
sure?
heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family have had similar experiences.
It's because of her sensitivity to the hydro element? But what would hearing a voice have to do with elemental power?
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what?
Huh?
What does that have to do with anything?
Right, what is that question?
Just answer me. When do you cry?
Oh, okay, you love. Oh, please come here. You can't see it.
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon's super happy. Oh, and
But there's
also
a
when
viewpoint
Paimon's
behind
really,
us.
really scared.
So like,
then you should understand
constantly.
that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will eventually gather here. So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
I'm not sure whether I buy it though.
What did the voice say?
Oh, hi, babe. No, one is down here, the other was there, but now he's here. Hi, baby boy. Good morning. Did we have a good sleep? Yes. Did we have a nice sleep? It seemed to be calling out someone's name.
If you were hearing their emotions,
Did you hear that? Someone just
I
called you
wonders
fat.
what happened to them.
You're not
Rather
fat.
than worrying
You're
about
just
them, we
fluffy.
should worry
And
about
that's
my
the
brother
microphone you're
first.
bumping.
Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Lenny might help him relax a little before he goes on stage.
Big bones. He's really not fat. Like, Shiro Aaron is like a bit more chunky. But Shiro is really not chunky. He just really has a lot of fluffy. Are you a fluffy baby? Yes, you are. You're the fluffiest of them all. Yes, hi, babe. Hello, baby boy. No. I know Mama is working a lot on her stupid things. Yes. I'm not giving you a lot of attention, okay? Honey, I can't see. I literally can't. Where am I going? Babe, thank you. This is nothing better. Thank you. Let's go in there. Oh, pretty. Hello, name.
Ah, Traveler in Paimon, good to see you. I knew you two would come.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We
Of course I'm coming.
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived. But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take you to the best seats in the house.
Sorry,
Wait
hold on.
just a moment. I'll fetch the tickets.
No, I also think they got a bit better. I also think that the models got a bit better. And I think like you could see that really well with like Child, who was like one of the
Opera
first
House
models.
has assigned seating, so you always
I
have
like
to
the
make
newer ones
reservations.
now.
I've already reserved your seats, and here are your tickets.
Thank you very much.
Ooh, front row seats. Thanks, Lenny.
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Hey, Lenny, could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me. I'll go lend him a hand.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Lenny.
Okay, is there anything I can collect here? It's really pretty here. Okay, let's go to the seats we got. I really like the music here. Look at this. Damn. Imagine. It's really nice here. Oh wait, is that names? The dude everyone's like swooning over
These should be our seats. Come on, let's sit down.
and shipping the other guy with? Hi. Lumin's like, This is not awkward. Is he sleeping?
Hey, traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still. It's kinda awkward if we don't say anything.
No. This is perfectly fine. It gets awkward as soon as you start talking to random in an open place. Don't do that. They don't want to talk to you.
Of course you put this on Paimon.
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry. I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh!
I know that voice.
So you heard all of that?
Wait.
Boy, you sure
Where do I know them
ears.
from?
Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down. Wait, that's not it. Paimon's sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude.
I need to look at
talking
that.
under her breath like that. So let's talk. But
Genshin
what should we
voice
talk
actor.
about?
No, Nevi. What is his fucking name? Novilette. I'm close enough. Who's voicing him? Ray Chase. Chase, the name is telling me something. Who else did they voice? My god, this page is terrible! I need to look this up, wait. Voice actor. Noctis! He voiced Noctis! I was like, is it from Final Fantasy? And he was Nier! From Nier. I knew. Oh, and his voice in the Master of Masters of Kingdom Hearts! Huh, I need to love him now. I'm sorry, I need to get him now.
Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are
Huh.
you a friend of Linny's too?
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
It definitely sounds like the Masters of Masters.
Oh, so you're not
100%.
me then.
Okay.
Oh, this is getting more awkward by the second. Paimon nearly forgot to make her introduction. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Tevat. And as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself. I am...
Oh, Monsieur
The Masters of
Neuvillette.
Masters.
What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in person.
Wait, Neuvillette? Could he be...
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Neuvillette is. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Whoa! Sorry for being so rude just now. Paimon had no idea you were such an important person.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really. And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to. There's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and
I like
impressive
his makeup.
first
It's really
impression.
pretty.
So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later.
Like, please.
Otherwise, she
Please
may
tell me your
become
secrets on doing that.
flustered.
I don't like the Hydro Archon.
Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she has no idea that you saw right through her act.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
All right, please wait just a
I
moment.
also don't like her
longer.
design that much.
I've pretty much finished my preparations, and
It's
the
too much
performance
bling
will
bling
start
for me.
as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Yay! The show's finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait! Paimon's never seen a real live magic show before!
The crowds enter the venue. The curtains open for the show to begin. Let's have a magic show!
Oh! They're dimming the lights! The show must be starting! Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Just shut up! Let me enjoy
Welcome,
this.
one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny. And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today. Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way,
Why is
even
everyone
the
removing
gods
their
won't be
visions
able to
constantly
help
in
us.
Fontaine?
Oh,
Can't be good.
point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye.